What's up, guys? Steve from Outside of Garage. Thought I would share with you a little bit about the new project that we have in the shop. This car has quite a bit of history. From what I understand, it toured Europe back in the late 90s, early 2000s with a Air Forceman, and then came back into the States sometime around like 2002, 2003. Unfortunately, and sadly, the owner passed away shortly after he came back to the States. And the car flipped hands a couple times, but generally has just been kind of stored inside, thankfully, since then. So I don't really have too much more history than that. I've heard that it may have been started up at one point, but the fuel system from sitting was completely destroyed. I had Hans over at HXC Performance drop the tank and have it professionally restored. It's got the whole fuel top head assembly was absolutely destroyed, rusted. So I got a new fuel top hat assembly, and it actually came with a Walbro 450, which is kind of neat. But I think I'm going to be putting a 525 in it just to be safe. I don't plan on taking this car really to any kind of crazy horsepower, but it's always nice to overbuild a little bit. But anyways, there really hasn't been too much images or video or walk around with this car for quite some time, so it is a big project. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll show you guys in 360 and kind of give you some of the points that I'm looking at in my interpretation. So here it is. Obviously I've got the headlights out, and I've been doing quite a bit of work underneath the hood. We just got new hood props for it so it can actually sit on its own. The car's got a lot of neat little tasteful mods and also engine mods. Found out that it's got a MLS head gasket. It's got a lot of MLS exhaust gaskets. We did, Hans at HXC went ahead and did like a service, like a main service for it. And we did new water pump, new front and rear main seals, new cam gaskets, valve cover gaskets, timing belt, and a number of other things just to make sure that we're ready to go when we do decide to turn this thing over. It does have some upgraded spark wires, and it's got a aluminum intercooler piping set, which is kind of cool, and does have upgraded turbos. I believe they're 13 Gs turbos. I'm not super familiar with the turbo technology in these things, but it does have some upgraded fuel. It's got the fuel loop, and I just ordered a number of small upgrades to the fuel system for the front, stainless braided lines from 3SX, and then we're going to be doing like an adapter for the fuel rail there to run a radium direct mount fuel pressure regulator. All new lines, everything in the car, and I already started working on a drive-by-wire conversion kit for this, so that's in the works. The pedal looks like it's going to be a pretty simple solution with what we've got with the 350Z and the billet pedals. So that'll be coming shortly, and yeah, I've been kind of removing some unnecessary things that I don't plan on running. Obviously, we removed the cruise control unit. We still have to take the cables out of the firewall, and this other little assembly down here. I got rid of the resistor pack. And we're going to be getting rid of all the coils, the coil lines, and the factory coils, because we're going to do a direct coilover plug with the R35 setup. So I've already started to design this valley cover that will hold the R35 coils. And yeah, and then we get to some of the cosmetic stuff. Can't really close the hood all the way right now, but kind of give you an idea. The paint and the body does have some small items on it that need to be addressed, but all in all, from 2003 when this was done, you can see clearly just how ridiculously wide this thing is. It's actually in really nice condition. Let me just walk around the side here and kind of show you. I mean, the body is molded in the front. It's actually really nice. One thing that's kind of weird that we noticed, the bumper's just zip tied on here, so don't mind the body line, but one thing that we do find kind of weird about the front of the car from the side view is the fact that there's no side marker here, which I think kind of detracts a little bit from the side profile. And you can see, like, this is my least appealing view of the car, is directly from the side. So I think that we may end up trying to get a side marker, like a factory side marker in here. And then we're also going to do a RoboMod headlight, because I believe that breaking up the white a little bit with some darker color, like the black RoboMod headlights, will definitely look good, especially with the black on white. We did take off the wheels that came with the car, with the exception of the one on the other side. And the rear have to get spacers for the rear. The spacers that were on the car with the wheels that it came with was like a, I think it was like a 2 and change or whatever in the front, and it was like a 6-inch in the rear, which was unbelievable. It was literally about 45 pounds of steel spacers on the car. So took those off, put these SSRs on, which I think look great on the car, and we're kind of, I think we shaved about 100 pounds off. So now back to what I think is kind of one of more of the appealing angles of this car, is from this from the rear quarters. And as much as the rear end of this car really kind of bothered me from the photos, and I was like, wow, this thing is weird, I don't like it. It's actually starting to grow on me a little bit. I really do think that it could definitely benefit from like a neat center garnish or something, but for the time being, it's really not that bad. And you see, this is one of the wheels that the car came with. There's a little damage down here in the fiberglass, which we're going to get repaired. And then there's lots of little like spidering all around here. Now, mind you guys, this kit was put on in, I think, 2000, like the early 2000s. So the fact that it's on the car and it's still in this good of condition really is a really positive note, because it means that the fiberglass is completely settled, and we shouldn't really see any more settling after this point, so we can address the issues and move forward. Again, here's just another beautiful, sexy corner. The quarter views of this car are amazing. And then the sides are what become a little bit on the weird side, I think. So we'll definitely gonna do something up in the front here to address this. It came with these kind of OG carbon fiber mirrors, which are kind of neat. The interior is actually in really beautiful condition. I already have a bunch of stuff ripped out of here as I'm trying to address some of the wiring issues with the car. It's got a little short shifter in there, which the transmission feels great. You know, digital climate, control system. The seats are actually in really nice condition. A little bit of wear on the bolsters. It did come with a full interior, including 2 rear carpets. It does have the sunshade for the sunroof, which is kind of neat. Haven't seen one of those yet. And I mean, as you go through, like, the glass and the window trims are like in almost new condition, like beautiful, beautiful condition. So this thing, I think, was definitely a steal, and it's going to be a fantastic project. So first step, we're going to get her running and driving, and then we'll start looking at what we can do with the body itself to kind of correct some of the weirdness. But all in all, I mean, this thing is wide. This thing, just to give you some perspective, I've got a wide body R32 up here with a Pandem kit on it, and this thing is 6'4" wide in the rear. This car is about 6'10" wide in the rear. You can see we definitely need a little more space here. I put the factory, not the factory, but the front spacer that it came on in the rear, and definitely need a little bit more back here because, man, this thing is beefy. But yeah, 6'10" rear end. Definitely a whether you love it or you want to vomit when you see it, I mean, it's definitely unique, and it's done pretty well. So hopefully she's running and driving relatively soon, and start doing the car show tour. Yeah, start doing the car show tour and take it out and start developing some parts for it. Obviously, we're doing a drive-by-wire kit and the R35 wheel conversion kit. Probably do like a lot of other little deletes and block offs and line kits and things like that. But yeah, it's exciting. Definitely exciting. I'll shoot some more updates as we progress a little bit. And I think the next step is going to be dropping the tank back down so that I can paint the exterior of the tank just to clean it up a bit, and then install the fuel hat, and then we can test the fuel system itself. As far as electronics go, it's going to be going on a Haltech 2500. That way we can easily integrate all of the little tasteful upgrade mods that we plan on doing, including drive-by-wire. So I believe there's a plug-and-play harness we can pick up for that for the factory wiring loom, which should make things relatively easy. And after that, we should be ready to, you know, turn the key and see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Appreciate it.